all started from Buhari's time. It never used to be like that. Those who claim to be Democrats, criminals, and all that. So, PENGASSAN and Dangote. Shittyman was somewhere where they had the Nigeria Economic Summit or something, I believe in Abuja, where he gave a speech. And part of that speech was to stand up for Dangote. You know what happened between that Dangote PENGASSAN, right? So the deal was that Dangote would take back these workers. So he will unsack them. So he brought them back. And the agreement then was that they will no longer work in the refinery, all of them. And these were guys that were trained by him, according to the report. They have been trained specially, locally and abroad, all paid for by Dangote to acquire the kind of needed skills to manage the refinery. So what Dangote agreed to was that, okay, I'll take them back, but they will no longer work in the refinery. We will now redistribute them to other factories or other businesses, maybe now cement or noodles or whatever you show to, but they will no longer work within the refinery because Dangote felt betrayed and he believed that if those he felt is done so much for decided to go and join PENGASSAN, right? That simply means they could be used to sabotage his refinery. So the point now is that if he's going to employ other set of people, they're not going to play up again. Like, are those people going to be told that they can't join any union or what? I don't know about that. But here is what Shittyman had to say, that Dangote is not just an individual. He is an institution. Because Nayen, they clean their money. Trust me. I don't feel life for you. Shittyman.
On this note, I want to dwell on something that is very dear, a topical issue that is very dear to the heart of every Nigerian. Aliko Dangote is not an individual. He's an institution. And he's the leading light in Nigeria's economic firmament. And how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us. If he had invested $10 billion in Microsoft, in Amazon, in Google, probably he might be worth $70 to $80 billion by now. But he opted to invest in his country. And we owe it to future generations to jealously protect, promote, preserve, and project the interests of this great Nigeria. I wish to call for caution, retrospection, and a deeper sense of patriotism from both the labor and the organized private sector in defining and improving the relationship between labor and industry in the interest of maintaining our steadily improving economic fortunes. It's not about holding the whole nation to ransom because of a minor labor dispute. Nigeria is greater than PENGASSAN. Nigeria is greater than each and every one of us. I am not coming to you as a partisan. I am coming to you as a patriot in search of solutions to our national challenges. I wish to re-emphasize that in the interest of improving the fortunes, the government is hereby tasking the Nigerian Economic Summit Group in taking more than a passing interest in the matter. The government will expect far-reaching recommendations from the NESG in addressing this issue, even as the government is also taking steps to protect big industry and ensuring industrial harmony for the good of the nation. This is a refinery, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that was financed through a combination of equity investment, through debt finance, and loans from local and foreign banks. The refinery has to function to service the debt. And we cannot hold the whole nation to ransom for some issues that we can amicably settle across the table. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is off-the-cuff remarks, but I believe it reflects the true position of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It reflects the true position of the Nigerian people. On this note, we look forward to the fruitful deliberations of this important gathering, a gathering that has assembled the cream de la cream of the Nigerian business ecosystem. It's my singular honor and privilege on behalf.
Before I change my mind, because I kind of agree with him. That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay? The position of government is, number one, to protect the interest of every Nigerian. And by the virtue of what Dangote is, in what they've made him of, is in Nigeria, economically, he is the highest employer of labor, so he can't die. Do you understand that? Like, you can't wish it dead. But the government, who is to protect the interest of, Nigerians and the consumers as well, would ensure that there is a fair sort of like, trade treatment in this regard that protects the interest of everyone. There must be something that you benefit from, something being produced in your country. Do you get what I mean now? There must be some certain, benefit that comes with that. And you can't let any, whether the union or what have you, to actually like sabotage such establishments. I agree. But at the same time, the interest of the workers too, right? So if there is no sinister or a view by any means, okay, the the rights and the interest of the workers should be protected, and it's actually paramount. Why? They are the ones who are going to be running the firm, and it is generally believed that those who treated their workers right, they end up not having to worry about the progress of their own establishment, I believe. But in the long run, yeah, you can't hold everybody to ransom. Whatever is that dispute all about, right? It could actually end up in the industrial courts without affecting, production, shutting down this and that to sabotage the whole country. And I'm not linking this to this, their PENGASSAN and all that too. But the NNPC chair, being a director, said that it's got something to do with the uh, PENGASSAN Wahala, right? But presently, tens of thousands, for what we have seen so far, tens of thousands of Nigerians have been thrown into the chaos of finding cooking gas because of this. We have to use the word of vocabulary. There are many challenges facing Nigeria. The highest of them all is that of insecurity. But do you know the worst part of the insecurity problems in Nigeria, right? It's not about the government complicity or the government's corruption and the rest of that. No, that's not the highest. The highest tragedy, should I say the biggest tragedy of the Nigeria insecurity problem is that of those whose own their own attacks were never reported. Let me rephrase it. Every now and then when you see the news, which is every day, by the way, the news of, okay, they've killed this, they've kidnapped that, and all of that in Nigeria, your reaction probably is the same, that of indifference for so many. And maybe a kind of like big sigh, like, again, for some, right? Uh, when you realize so many of these killings, attacks that were never reported, right? You probably will be more dazed at how much these corrupt criminals in government in Nigeria are doing to cover up the atrocities of these terrorists. When Boko Haram was there, it was always Southern Kaduna, Benue, Southern Kaduna, Benue. Then Boko Haram left. Surprisingly, the media and others did all they could to make us believe that Southern Kaduna is now peaceful. It's not. It is not. They've just done so well to make sure that they are totally underreported. Unfortunately, people are still being killed. People are still being kidnapped by no other than the Fulani terrorists, of course. So this morning, we saw women, widows, who had to come out and cause protest to bring the attention to everybody again. That no, we are not safe. No, that's the story they are sharing is not completely true. Are the attacks like before? Well, depends on what you think is like before. Because people are still being killed. People are dying needlessly. Communities are so vulnerable that they are so vulnerable, so open for these terrorists to was in and was out. So it depends on what you mean by are they as worse as before? What is worse in losing one life at all? Like, what is worse than that? Is it when you lose 10, 100, you know? But the women.
mun sani muna cikin dawaniya, muna cikin wani hali, amma mu yi hakuri domin mun zo gaban babanmu, shugabanmu, wanda yana shirye domin ya saurare kukanmu, domin ya ji mu a wannan sanyin safiya. Sai mu yi shiru kamin sai ya iya ya saurare mu. In mu yi shiru zai fahimce manufofinmu, zai fahimce niyyarmu, sannan da taimakon Ubangiji bukatunmu su biya. Mun ba da girma ga mai girma, ga mai martabarmu, wanda Allah ya nada shi a kasan Koro. Baba, kamar yadda ka gan mu ne nan matan Korawa na wannan chiefdom, wanda Ubangiji ya Allah ya baka kiwo a hannuwarka. Mun kuma sani kana yaka kokarinka domin ganin zaman lafiya a kasan Koro. Da safen nan muna ce maka mun gode. Mun gode. Mataya sun ce mun gode. Yau muna da manufofi da ya kawo mu a gabarka, gaban babanmu. Ba mu da inda za mu nufa. Ko mun je ba za a saurare mu ba. Ba za kunni ba ya taɓa fin kai. Dole ne mu nufa wurinka. Mun sani in mun zo za ka ji mu. Dukanmu da muke zazzaune a nan baba, da mu da ‘ya'yanmu da taba kunni da taba hanci, har da lalala. Muna kuka a kasar Koro. Domin cinye mana kwanaki. Cinye mana kwanaki baba. Babu abinci a garinmu, abinci bai wadace mu ba. Matayen nan da ka gani baba, gidaje na hanayenmu. In mun je kwana girbi ba mu ganin komai. Ba mu san ina za mu fara ba. In mun daga baki za mu yi magana ana saran mu. Idan za mu yi.
So I don't think I actually have to interpret what was happening in that video before the rest of you kind of grab what they were doing. The fight against terrorism in Nigeria, like I started this conversation an hour ago, whatever you are witnessing, whatever you are seeing right now is planned that way, put that way, like it's not an accident, coincidence or whatever, no. We have had reports where locals have reported sighting choppers flying straight into the jungle nearer to them, right? A day or two before they are attacked. We've had eyewitnesses who have come out to say the security officials have come around to disarm the communities just days before the attack. And their stories have never really been amplified. Nobody has ever acted on their stories. They are inconsequential because at the end of the day, the rogues in uniform gives themselves medals of honor of how excellently they've done, how they have kept you safe. They are psychologically conditioning Nigerians to believe that no matter what the situation they are in right now, it could have been worse. Do you understand the fear of worse, where people will just be like, let us still be grateful. Oh. To say it's Kiniko in the corner, you know what they do to people there? Do you know what they do to people in so places? And I'm like, you are not from those places. Do you not like how they treat people well in other places? As an example, why do you really want to compare yourselves with the worst so that you can feel good? Because that's what the politicians, that's what they do to them. They make them believe that whatever situation anybody is in Nigeria right now,